Hey gang, what's going on? And welcome on back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. As always, my friend, I do hope you're doing well. I really do hope that. Do not worry. I'm not going to do any more post-mortem analysis of Chelsea 1, Paços 0. For me, it's 3 points, vital 3 points on the Champions League board that we need. Move on with our lives. We're still in with a shot for top 8 because of the final game now. That was the main thing. We got it wiped from my memory. I did a short form piece of content explaining, well, just only to explain, you guys know, Rosenior's had 4 games in 4 different competitions. He's won 3 of them, he's lost 1, and I'm kind of blaming Robert Sanchez for that semi-final performance against Arsenal, to a degree anyway. So, it's not been pretty, but like I've been saying, results over performances for the moment, especially since he's just been friggin' thrown into this mess, the gaffer that is. But today this is a Chelsea news piece of content. We're speaking about a little update on players. Raheem Sterling to Napoli. Napoli have asked about him before, and Romano's talking about this. So I'm willing to react to said piece of news. Now, take a deep breath with me, because the next one is going to sound, and probably is, very silly. There's a few articles or, publications I don't react to here. Again, I'm not a news source, I'm a content creator, but there's a couple that I refuse to. The social media Indie Kyler account, which to me, I think they just make stuff up, personally, and the Spanish publication Fixtures. I will never know if I'm pronouncing that right, but similarly, they seemingly just make stuff up. Now, there is an article on Court Offside by Mark Bruce. I wonder if the S is silent, like brew. Talking about Arda Güler and Chelsea being interested in him. Which smells rather iffy, because he is a very talented Real Madrid player. And I don't know what his wages are, but even if he's not on the, your Mbappe's, your Bellingham's, your Vinny Jr.'s money, I think it's highly unlikely. But Court Offside are reporting on it. And, Court Offside of Ben Jacobs, the aforementioned Fabrizio Romano that report on that site. So I find it kind of interesting, and I do want to get into it. And finally, I want to end on an Athletic piece just showing you some sexy financial stuff where we don't look pretty great. Shock horror. These new owners come in and they say, well, we're going to sort Chelsea out. The thing is about Chelsea, they were run terribly under Abramovich. They were run unsustainably. We are money men. We're going to make loads of money and sort it out. Well, they're yet to do that. And we are, without sponsorships and new stadiums and other means of revenue, I've always been very firm that I like some of the stuff they're doing, the future-proofing, obviously making sure we're working within financial fair play. I mean, the old Abramovich model simply wouldn't work now. But, and yes, last season was good, a couple of trophies, but I still feel I don't feel safe. I don't feel like we're, I don't know. I don't feel like there's a solid foundation, both financially and sportingly yet. So let's hope that changes. Anyway, we're going to get into it all, so thank you for joining me. Bit of a longer intro, but I do want to sort of explain what's going on in the content. Lots of you sometimes moan that the content is too short. Sometimes you moan that it's too long. I can't please you. I'm trying my hardest, but I am trying to put timestamps in to the content, certainly on YouTube, so you can choose where you want to go. Huh? So, if you appreciate the work, please do drop a like on the video. You're all welcome to hang out here, so consider subscribing. Hit the bell if you choose to. And of course, all content's available on podcast platforms. Just simply add a podcast after Football Therapy. Right, Football Therapy Podcast. Hop over to Spotify if you want to watch the video. Give me a follow. Give me a 5-star review. And there, your work is done. Yeah? I'll sign off your day's work. Helping out, Jan. Alrighty then, let's get into it. You people. Let's have a look here. Liam Rosenior updates on Philip Jorgensen, Reece James, and Cole Palmer. 2 important players. After Chelsea's Champions League victory over Paços, Rosenior provided an update on the aforementioned men. Jorgensen, of course, James came on at halftime was taken off at halftime and replaced by Stevao, which I think is an attacking change, and Sanchez. So Confirmation that Philip did pick something up. The goalkeeper, he's devastated for him because he's really impressed me. Liam, not me. He's not impressed me that much, guys. Not just at the Charlton game, but now how he's trained. Hopefully Philip can get better really quickly. On the skipper, meanwhile, we are playing Wednesday, Saturday, so we want to make sure Reece is available as much as possible. In terms of leaving Cole Palmer out, he said it's precautionary. He felt something minor against Brentford. It was quite early on, so credit to him for playing through. Yeah, I've no issue with resting Cole Palmer and just winning that game against Paços at home. You know, like, that was the important thing. Jorgensen, you know, you don't want any goalkeeper or any player to be injured, but, you know, Reece James come out with no injury, Cole Palmer, you know, all them, man. Caicedo scored a great goal, nice moment for him, another man of the match, Champions League man of the match for him. History will be like, right, we won, clean sheet, we got the 3 points, let's move on with our lives. It's kind of like, I don't feel like we've developed any way. Even like the Brentford game, we showed resilience as a team, which is important. But I don't think like we've massively developed in terms of structure or style, but we're getting results, which again, I can't stress enough is the most important thing. But we need to, over time, see Cole regain confidence. It's nice to see, you know, Estevao come on and do a bit of flair stuff. He will be trusted more and more by the Chelsea manager. And, you know, we've actually got a good run of games now. If you look at the fixtures, there's an opportunity for Chelsea to start developing some new chemistry under the new head coach, you know, settling down, all shaking off this flu and illness that half the Chelsea squad have had, you know, just sort of processing psychologically the change and trying to settle in a club that's seemingly very hard to settle in. Right, next up, we're going to speak about Raheem Sterling. We're going to react to this Arda Güler story, and then we're going to finish on and all the Premier League finances dropping behind, which is crazy, really, considering what a financial behemoth the Premier League is. But like I said, financial statistic numbers is really sexy stuff. All right, in a world where Axel Disasi has been reintegrated into the Chelsea first team training. I have no idea why, maybe to prepare him to be sold, or indeed to play a football match. We're through the looking glass now, people. We really are. You know, Liam Rosenior has spoken about how he's had meetings, positive meetings with Raheem the Dream Sterling, Raza, and they're trying to sort out the next step in his career. Now, hop over to Chelsea.news. Here's Romano, looking like how I often feel. I can confirm Fabrizio Romano provides major update on future of Chelsea's £50 million star. It's actually 47.5 million, if memory serves. It's not so much the transfer fee of Raheem Sterling, it's the £300,000 a week he gets paid. Let's have a little pop down into this article then by Charlie Patrick. Napoli are set to get in touch with the agents of Raheem Sterling to see if a deal is possible, according to Fabrizio Romano. I think the transfer window will still be open when we go to Naples in a week's time. Is that right? I could be wrong. I think we're going there in a week when everyone plays at once. So maybe we bring Sterling with us and leave him there. Tutto bene. It's look, Raz, it's tutto bene here. Have you seen the pizzas? I mean, you shouldn't really, I'm sure footballers don't eat much pizza, but you know what I'm saying. Sterling failed to secure a move away last summer, despite knowing he had no future at Stamford Bridge, although teams were said to be interested. Yeah, Napoli, who we're talking about. Bayern Munich, who we're talking about. The current reigning German and Italian champions. You know? Sterling's preference is believed to remain in London, which makes an exit more difficult, although he's made it clear he's not interested in MLS or Saudi Arabia. West Ham are thought to have made an approach for Sterling, but the England international was only interested in a permanent exit. Well, I guess that's a loan to West Ham. And I guess he's probably like, well, you're getting relegated. If I go to a permanent move to you, I will be playing football in the Championship. So, you know, no thank you. Which I kind of, fair play. I mean, yeah, let's not send him to West Ham. No person deserves that. Sterling is thought to want to join Fulham. There you go. They'll stay in the Prem, and they're playing under a good manager. But as of yet, they've not come forward with an offer, and Romano has now provided an update on Napoli's interest. Woo! Quote. Actually, I'm not going to do the accent. I get into trouble. Even just doing the Mario, I feel like I've done something wrong. But, here we go. Anyway, from today, Napoli will also get in touch with the agents of Raheem Sterling to understand whether to proceed with this deal or not, Romano said on his YouTube channel. So contacts are expected between Napoli and Sterling's entourage to figure out how Napoli want to move with the situation. Napoli are struggling in the Champions League. If we beat them, if we beat them next week, they won't go through to the next stage. Conte has this aversion to European football. He'll win the league wherever he goes, except for Tottenham, of course. And no matter what happens, this guy just can't do European football. I don't know why. It's weird, right? And he wants to. When McTominay scored that goal, he was doing his Conte celebration. He wasn't going, oh no, we might make the playoffs. He was going, yeah, Champions League. Sterling is one of the names on Napoli's list, one of the players available on the market because he's completely, out of Chelsea's project. Yeah. This isn't the first time he was offered to Napoli last summer, when Napoli chose not to proceed. Hold on. Excuse me. Maybe I've been unfairly slagging off. Sorry, I'm choking. I'm choking on my cruelty. I was unfairly slagging off Raheem all this time. But the briefings, I was reacting to the news saying he doesn't want to leave England. But if Napoli chose not to proceed, okay. Romano said this as well. I can confirm, to conclude on Sterling, that from what I'm told, he would very much welcome an experience outside England. Okay, so I'm sorry, Raz, for all the times, and there's been many times, I've brought that up. Why aren't you going to buy in on Napoli? Fair play, man. Okay, well, this is, whatever. Maybe I don't know. He's played almost exclusively in England throughout his career and would like the chance of something different. He's looking at the likes of McTominay and Højlund. They're probably like, come over here, mate. It's tutto bene. Sterling has the same desire. All right, fair play. Raheem, he'd probably do quite well there. Let's not pretend that Raheem Sterling hasn't had an illustrious and successful career, winning multiple Premier Leagues and being a key player to England. And, if he goes to Napoli and plays a lot and, say, wins the Scudetto, I think Inter are still top of Serie A. And they got slapped by Arsenal. To be fair, so they're 6 points off Napoli. They're 6 points off. They're not out of it. But they are probably not going to win. Maybe if Raheem goes to Napoli, scores loads of goals, they win the Scudetto, Daddy Tuchel, who loves Raheem Sterling, might be like, hop on the plane, lad. Or at least Raheem's got to believe that, right? He's got to believe that, surely. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, so get your pinch of salt ready in this, maybe a handful. This is off court offside, yeah? This is not me. Court offside has Romano rights for court offside, Ben Jacobs rights for court offside. This is an exclusive. Sources. Arsenal and Chelsea sense opportunity to position themselves as favourites for €90 million transfer. Now, look, yeah? This Chelsea lot, this current mob running the gaff, they will spend money on players every now and again. It's been a while since they've done, the Mudryk, Fernandes, Caicedo amount of money. To be fair, they spent 60 million odd on João Pedro. Quite a lot of money. And they do want an attacker, like an Arda Güler style player. Now, it's got to be nonsense. Surely it's got to be nonsense. We don't buy... we never bought Real Madrid players. Makalele or whatever. But like, recently, like in like recent like Abramovich last 20 years, we don't go and buy Real Madrid players because they're on high wages, they've got egos, and we want to be a bit more of a collective. So it's more of a generalization thing. Of course, we were linked to Rodrigo loads. I mean, he was hit a stinky patch of form. Arda Güler is an amazing talent. And maybe he's not on insane wages like the rest. And maybe, let's just say, to play devil's advocate, in a theoretical world, he thinks he could go to Chelsea, be the star with Cole Palmer and Estevao Willian, like these. He could actually be in the trio, like, be one of the, iconic young players to develop with the young team. And he's like, you know what? I will accept the base wage that Caicedo's on. Like 180k a week with the capacity to make it over 250 with bonuses in Champions League and all this kind of incentive-based structure. Maybe he goes, yeah, I'll do that. Give me a 6-year deal or 7-year deal or whatever we're handing out these days for security. And maybe it's true. But my gut, my brain, my heart, and my mind, and my loins say don't swear. It's nonsense. It should be surely, right? I mean, it might be true. It might be true that Chelsea have briefed this to, check's notes, Mark Bruce. But it doesn't mean they're actually intending on doing it. We also briefed, that we were going to sign Virgil van Dijk and Antoine Semenyo. Just to be like, we are talking to guys. We thought about it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, they thought about it. Let's read this anyway for due diligence sake. Arsenal and Chelsea are both working on to position themselves as favourites. God, this wording as well. We are working to position ourselves as favourites for the transfer of Arda Güler. If he's going to become available at Real Madrid. As first reported, exclusive here on my daily briefing, Guler is a long-term target for Arsenal. Arsenal, yeah, but even, I don't know, man. They did buy, was Odegaard at Real Madrid before he went to Arsenal? Or did he go somewhere in between? My brain's fried. While the Blues have also recently had multiple contacts with Arda Güler. We made a single call for Antoine Semenyo, but we've made multiple contacts for Arda. I tell you what, though, if this isn't, nonsense, then that would be a little PR win for the sporting directors, isn't it? Hey, Chelsea fans, here's Arda Güler. They'd be like, ooh, palate cleanser. I mean, that would be very exciting. Chelsea seem keen to ensure they're in the mix for Arda Güler, as both clubs sense he could be available in the summer. So January transfer. We seem completely inept to do January transfers now, which I'm kind of okay with. Because he's got good stats. They're showing his like a spider chart here. I'm like, don't see ads. Ads get me in trouble. Like that. There you go. So Arda Güler's blue, Odegaard is pink, and Eze is green. So Arda Güler is a really well balanced player. There. Yeah, sure. I'd love Chelsea to sign Arda Güler. We have loads of attacking midfielders. So what's happening here? Neto's not going anywhere. I know he's frustrating fans with his final action of late, but he's a versatile, good senior player that works really hard and manages like. Stevao's not going anywhere. I know there's been rumours of Palmer being upset, but Palmer's not going anywhere in the near future anyway. I mean, look, if we're crashing and burning in 18 months' time, we'll talk about this again. But yeah, for the moment. And yes, obviously the left-hand side is vulnerable in terms of Garnacho. He does a bit, but then, Garnacho was 40 million, which I know is 40 million pounds, but Chelsea kind of see that as a relatively no-lose situation. What side? I mean, I think of Arda Güler as a number 10, really. I mean, we are kind of looking for that as well. I'm just going to quickly check his transfer marked and see his dominant position. He plays, number 10, attacking midfield predominantly, but also can play on the right. I mean, do we need that? That's pretty much exactly what both Estevao and Cole Palmer do. And Neto's a right winger. I mean, what? Unless there's some... hold on. Unless it's like an Enzo Fernandez thing. because Enzo's playing in that sort of attacking, box crashing role, and maybe they feel like you can have Enzo Fernandez. We'll give you Enzo Fernandez for Arda Güler and 20 million or something like that. I don't know. I'm not trying to sell Fernandez. Let's move on. Right, let's end on this graphique I'm about to show you from The Athletic. Now, this table is the Deloitte ranking. And I'm ranting, but yeah, the Deloitte ranking. I've never heard of this before, but it shows you revenue, basically, from the last season, so the 24-25 season, through match day, broadcast, and commercial. Oh, there we go. So here you go. You centralized here. Now, the top, so it's from last season, so we can do it from here. The top, as you can see, is unsurprisingly Real Madrid. The Bernabeu is that the most. Man United look about the same, to be honest. But yeah, like you go there. So the Bernabeu, Man United, where are Man United? They get 160. Oh no, they get 195. Real Madrid. So the Bernabeu and the Nou Camp, they get the most match day revenue. Chelsea get only 87. You know, Inter Milan get more than Chelsea. We really low. Man City only gets 75 on match day revenue. Hold on. The Etihad. Mate, they're like, we've got a 40,000 capacity stadium. They're like over 60,000, aren't they? Oh my god. It's real. The Etihad. It's here. You can see it. PSG have got a big stadium, but they're full of like tourists, aren't they? Is it Parc des Princes? Anyway, yeah. So there's your match day revenue. Chelsea way too small, but still somehow bigger than Man City. Let's look at broadcast. This is spooning me out. So broadcast, Real Madrid. And Barcelona will hate that Real Madrid still get more than them. PSG, wow, over nearly $250 million. So PSG. Arsenal have got loads. Hold on, Man United. Where are Man United? I am so... Oh, it's because they play more games, I guess. Arsenal than Man United. But they played in the Europa League last season. And Arsenal were playing like in the Champions League. So that's probably to do with the broadcast. Chelsea. Hold on. We were in the friggin' Conference League. But I guess the Club World Cup was annexed on the end of that, wasn't it? So that's why we've got more than Man United, who are in a higher competition than us in the Europa League. We were in the Conference League. So yeah, that's got to be the Club World Cup. Let's juice that up. Because we've got pretty much the same broadcast revenue as Barcelona last season. And on paper, you'd see that and be like, all right, fair enough. Commercial then. Let's look at commercial. Yes, Real Madrid, $500 million, unsurprising. Yeah, Barcelona, both the Clasico clubs up there. Liverpool, over 300. Paris Saint-Germain over 300, Man City 343. That's pretty impressive. But I will say, with Man City's commercial earnings, some stuff maybe are looking put under a microscope at the moment. That's all I'll say. Because they've made a lot of money through commercial Man City, and a lot of people have raised eyebrows going, why is that company giving you that much money? Oh, okay, I'll leave it there. Yes, so Chelsea 201, and this obviously is a big problem. Spurs have 277. Tottenham Hotspur should not have £76 million more than us. Yeah? Borussia Dortmund nearly as much as us. Man United, look, Man United are a massive club. Arsenal have got less than Spurs. So Spurs, Daniel Levy, as much as they hated him at Spurs, he made a lot of money commercially. He was a bit of a genius of all that. We need a bigger match day revenue. We need a bigger commercial revenue. And why do we not have a big commercial revenue? Well, that is because, ladies and gentlemen, we do not... Well, both of those reasons are we don't have a bigger stadium and we don't have a match day... match day sponsor? Front of shirt sponsor. So I'm trying to look at something else. No front of shirt sponsor... No new stadium, and it's hugely problematic in terms of revenue. And again, these guys, these ownership, BlueCo, were supposed to come in and be like, we'll sort out all the money. Chelsea were financially ran terribly under Abramovich. We're going to sort that all out, make Chelsea a safe, sustainable club. But so far, it's been a joke, fam. Anyway, I think that's covered it for the moment. That's quite a long video. Let me know your thoughts, though. Please do leave them down in the comment section below. I'll be very grateful for that on the YouTube. Thank you for liking and subscribing, following and 5-starring on Spotify. Thank you for your continued support. And up the Chelsea. I'll keep you... my brain. See you later.